Hello and welcome to the Neville Richards Premier League Show, Round 10 review, Round 11 preview. Matty, very glad to be back with you.
Hazy, you're back in town, got the tan going. And how is it being back in the 12 degree and raining weather?
So much better than the 35 of Canada and the 30 of Fiji.
Really?
So much better, yeah.
And I've noticed no refreshment for you today. You're on a health kick, are you?
Yeah, just a little bit of a water here, got a bit of a gallbladder issue, so I might have to be looking after myself for a while, so no CC for the time being.
All right, well I'll have to take your share. But good to have you back.
Never a better man to do that.
And how did you feel our co-hosts were performing in your absence? Any threat of your position?
They did an outstanding job on the whole. I thought Jen was focusing too much on the ings that she's got to do on her cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Sheik was pretty polished.
Yes, well he's got that media training.
Yeah.
And what about the other two flogs?
Very self-indulgent from Flanders. Very self-indulgent.
Loves himself. Wanted to come up with some content that just went like a balloon, sagged and...
It was sort of like you were a ventriloquist. You sort of had your hand sort of, he didn't say much until you sort of pushed him in the right direction.
Yeah, but no, he's no good. He thought he went well though.
Yeah, and I didn't feel any threat at all from Heaton. No threat at all.
Nothing?
No, nothing at all.
Really? Well, he's very self-indulgent, and as you probably do see on the YouTube channel there, that on his video there was one comment. We don't get a lot of comments on our videos, but there was just one, and it was from him on his own video saying how attractive he was.
No, thank you to everyone who sat in this chair while they're away. Do your best, obviously, to keep the big fella in check. Got a bit out of control the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. We sort of tried to just keep up to our normal standards here at the Premier League headquarters.
All right, well, let's get into it. There's so much to sort of attack as we go along here, but we'll have a look at the first match that we decided on Saturday, Matty, and it was, well, it's sort of an important match between the Tornadoes and the Peakers.
Yes, Mark. It was a very low scoring round this week, just gone.
Yeah.
No team scored over 200, which is very unusual. We normally get some into that 200 range, but no, everyone under 200. Weather was reasonable, but just breezy. Cold and breezy in the morning, and then it eased off in the afternoon. But yeah, the Tornadoes, they got over the Peakers 191 to 185. Peakers had the 9 players, the Tornadoes had 12. For the Tornadoes, we had Bernie Reid on 35, Yvette Pollock 33, Warren Stevenson 32, Alan Kerry 31, Ando Wooten and Scotty Hopgood on 30. While for the Peakers, Chrissy Dodds had 33, Digger James 32, Murray Wiley 31, and then we had 30s for Yvonne Casey and David Milne and Marion Keskin on 29. It was the closest game for the round, and the Tornadoes got over the line late. The AM players for both teams, they had 3 counting scores each from the morning, but it was the Tornado afternoon players when Warren Stevenson come in with 32 and Bernie Reid's 35 sealed the victory. And the PM stalwarts really for the Peakers in their scoring in Dave Milne and Murray Wiley could only manage 30 and 31 between them. Under 25s, which we've sort of been focusing on a bit, Hazy.
I like it.
I've been keeping the 25s out of it and going with the unders. And for the Peakers, the Stig, Robbie Stiglbauer had 24, and the Flange had 23.
Wow.
The Flange. Who would have thought? You're back, and then his form just has a decline.
That's unlike Flanders, to be fair.
It is a game that was needed to win to consolidate their top 4, and he let the team down massively. Well, the Tornadoes, Norma Vogel 22, and the Sword had 16.
So hang on, if memory serves, he had 43 last week. So 59 points in 2 weeks, 43 and 16.
But you got to remember, 3 weeks ago he had 42, and then he had in the 30s, and then the 43, and then he's had 16 on Saturday.
Wow, 16.
Came into the pro shop and was looking at the scores, and because I was by myself there and a little busy, I didn't have a chance to have a chat to him, but I think he wanted to discuss it. But Sword 16 is shocking. But I do have another notable mention in this category, and it's Dean Jeffrey, in form, the player that everyone wants to fill in. He filled in for Biscuits on the weekend, And Dino, your form is as good as biscuits. Shocking. 25 points.
Like for like.
You need to cut ties with biscuits, and you need to fill in for somebody else, because when you did for him, his form translated to you, because you had been playing well. But yeah, the win sees the Tornadoes keep in touch with the top four, just sitting 2 points actually out of second place. That's how tight the ladder is this season, and keeping the pressure on the teams above them.
It was an important win in that respect, because it would have been a game and a half even more clear had they not won. So very good result for the Tornadoes. Well played. Matty, the second match we want to look at is the almost unassailable Pirates right now. Surely they couldn't lose anything from here.
God, it's sickening, isn't it?
God, it's amazing.
God, it's so bad.
I really did like in the videos the NUFA rankings you gave them.
Oh, well, yes. Well, Mrs. Scuba Hub's not too happy with me with me casting aspersions about her husband and mirrors, but the Pirates, yes, they just keep on doing it. 196, defeated the Hookers 184. Pirates had 10 players, Hookers had 11. For the Pirates, Jerry Ravman had 34. Jerry had 35. He was a top scorer for a change for the Pirates. Mirrors Heaton, 34. Lynn Sawback Kirby, 33.
What's the story with Lynn Sawback? I keep hearing rumours.
Well, I don't know. Apparently she heard it Pilates as well.
Oh.
It seems to be the ladies, when they get injured, it's from Pilates.
Pilates.
Well, Sue Gregory's was an ankle. Well, pretty hard to injure an ankle in extracurricular activity, but Lynn Sawback, don't know. But depends on what you're into. If you're like Fergie or something like that, well, it's a bit different.
Oh, mate. Hasn't taken you long to fire a missile here.
But yeah, but Lynn was back. She was told to have a week off. She could only have 2 or 3 days because she's had to get back into it. But Matt Salter played on Saturday.
Did he?
33. He replaced Scuba Hub. So,
all right.
Yeah, so well done, Matthew Salter. Your first game of Premier League. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm not going to give you any missiles or hang anything on you because you actually performed. Dale Pollock had 29, and also Jimmy Pike had 32.
Oh,
First time he's greeted the scorers in the counting scores.
You gave him a bit of a bake.
Yeah, well done, Jimmy.
Good work.
For the Hookers, Mickey McNeil, 33, Jeff Evans, 32, Billy Adams, 30, Neil Ryan, 30, Matt Davies, 30, and Helen Power, 29. But the Pirates continue on their merry way in a workmanlike victory. As I said, Chairman Scuba's fill-in, Matty Salter led the morning players, while Flea, 29 counted for them. While for the Hookers, they held a slight advantage in the morning over their Pirates ones, but it was the PM players for the Pirates that got them over the line. As I said before, Jimmy Pike, when you're 32 come in, you broke your virginity of a counted score, so well done to you. Even though you did wipe the 18th, didn't cost your team victory. For the under 25s, for the Pirates, Lee McMuffin, 23.
What's happened to Lee?
He's lost his mojo. He's lost his passion. He's lost his passion because he can't drink on the course anymore, so he can't perform without any beer in him. So
no good sober.
No good sober. But he is looking forward to finals, he reckons. He's already talking it up, and I think he's going to make finals, Lee, but let's hope that you can perform at that time. Sue Gregory returned for her first game back. 17.
Ooh.
Sue, we'll forgive you for one game back.
No, it has been good.
I know you wanted to get back early and you just couldn't get your socks and shoes on to play, but 17, yes, not great. For the Hookers, David Hutton, 23. So him and Flanders, 23 each, played in the same group. Maybe they were discussing their golf on the way round. And Peter Vogel, 21.
Gee, not a great weekend for the Vogels.
No, wouldn't have been good in their household, but the Pirates now cement top spot, while the Hookers are hanging on for dear life, 2 games out of the top 4 with 4 rounds to go.
Are you putting a fork in them?
It's not looking good.
Okay. All right, let's push on, Matty. I think one of the teams that's disappointed a lot is obviously one that's worse, but the Warriors, in a sort of, their best bet is to shape the 4, realistically.
Yeah.
And they did that, stitching up the Crusaders.
They did. In another low-scoring game, the Warriors 187 defeated the Crusaders 173. The Warriors had 11, Crusaders had 8. For the Warriors, Mummy, my mum.
Mummy.
She had 37.
Mummy Milne.
Yes, I've been giving it to her the last few weeks on how she plays half a game, but this week she focused on and she finished with 37.
Wow.
Wins-
I did see she was +4 after 9 holes on Wednesday.
And choked it, and
Yeah.
but she learned from her mistakes. So 37 gets her the Travis Matthew polo. So well done, mother. 37. Then the next for the Warriors was Margie Maskell on 32. Cam O'Keefe 32, Jacob Blennerhassett 30, Grant Peacock 29, and Craig Connolly 27. While for the Crusaders, the best for them was Bobby Gibbs on 33, Jeanette Johnson and Cliffy McCorkle on 30, Jan Cogger 29, Stan Maskell 27, and Chris James counted score again. I think that's the 4th time this season.
This is extraordinary.
And the Drayton medalist Peter O'Neill 24.
24. So I did hear you criticised him for having a heart the size of a surprise pea the week before.
And it has happened. The last 4 weeks he's been atrocious.
Really?
He has. But yes, the Warriors stunned the previous premiership favourite Crusaders by the 14. It was evenly poised after the morning, but then when Mum just put in her fantastic 37, it put the Crusaders under enormous pressure. The PM players for the Crusaders couldn't bridge the gap with Jeanette Johnson being the best of them with the 30. The Warriors were able to get it done without the input of the 213-year-old Peter DeFazio. His form has been suffering. It's poor. And I've been informed that he had a bad batch of Italian Viagra. It's been stiffening him up early on the front 9, and then his golf's gone, and then he just softens up and relaxes for the last 9, and he plays a bit better. But Pete, maybe think about when you take your tablets next time you play, but your form has dropped off considerably since you've been taking that new stuff. In the under-25s for the Warriors, Ray Liniger, 24. All Portarlington player from last year, Josh Bowen, 21, and Robbie Moorcroft, 18. While for the Crusaders, Chris James and Bagman Drayton, 24. And how's this? Snags Finnemore had 16.
Wow. Snags.
Like
He's been a consistent performer
He
through
has.
the years.
Yeah, last year he was fantastic, and the first part of this year, but yeah, his form has tapered off considerably, and 16 for someone playing off an 8 handicap, pretty ordinary. But the thing is with Hazy at the moment, although the Crusaders' form's been abhorrent, they still sit 3rd on the ladder.
Yeah.
Actually in equal 2nd place, but they look dishevelled, they lack spirit, cohesion. I think a few players have been despondent with the commitment of some of their team members. Yeah, they should be disappointed, but don't crack the shits and give up. You're still in the top 4 and primed to give the top 4 a real tilt. Could be worse, you could be the Goblins, who have been shocking. But yeah, for the Crusaders, this is probably the time to steel yourselves and say stuff you to everyone and try and have that attitude and really make a run at the Pirates.
Oh, well said. Very not the normal swat for a soapbox, but I think you did pretty well there. A mini missile. The last game, Addy, a bit of a surprise that it resulted in some balls. But no surprise the result with the Bullies getting over the Goblins, unfortunately.
Yes, the Bullies 198 smoked the Goblins 160. And as you alluded to there, Mark, the Bullies 198 collects the Callaway golf balls this week. And for the Goblins, with their paltry 160, they are eliminated from the Survivor.
I'm just staggered that they lasted 3 weeks, to be fair.
Yeah, well, their only win has been really a default win by the Crusaders not fielding a full team. So technically they haven't had a win on their own merits really when a full side's been put out. But yeah, the Bullies were too strong. The Bullies had all 13 play. The Goblins had 7. The Bullies, you played for the Bullies this week for Jen Edmondson, but Ross Morland, 36. Cooper McMurrich returned to form with 35.
Geez, after a little bake you gave him too.
Yes, he birdied the last 2 holes actually, 8 and
really?
9. So well done, Coop. Good to see you
work,
taking it on board.
Good work.
Better than what your father does. Stewie Anderson, 33. Cuz Stevens, 33. Rob Casey, 31. And Johnny Wooten, 30. While for the Goblins, not one of them got to the 30. Dave Byrne, 28. Barry Benson, Steve Evans, and the Shakira, 27, Neil Keskinen 26, and Ian Burrell 25.
Can we just focus on the Sheik here for a minute? Is it
Sure.
an appropriate time?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, on our co-host.
Yeah, well, you know, he's obviously been, you know, fairly incisive with his assessment and analysis of things, and I did have the good fortune to play with the Sheik on Saturday, and he was cruising along, Matty.
I did see his scores. He was
Yeah.
tracking to be on 36 or better pace.
Yeah, driving it like Greg Norman, and he was 16 after 7 holes, and I thought he's on today, and the bullies are in trouble. I was way back in the scoring ranks from him, and I don't know. We just mentioned his hips. I don't know if you want to have a look at this little video we've got here.
Well, they do say the hips don't lie.
Well, they definitely did something because there was more movement, more moving parts with. I've called him Sheikira because
He'd like that too.
Oh, he loved it, and he did a bit of a well, I don't want to say too much, but a bit of a slut drop here to celebrate.
Really? Good on you, Rhino. I like it.
Just wheels fell off, and I was surprised, to be honest. But we walked in and it was over. The contest was over.
Yeah, well, you did call it at 12:24 that it was done. But yes, is it Q in the rack for the Goblins? Only the 7 scores. 7 players with the best score being Dave Byrne. The Bullies dominated from start to finish. I don't know, what do we say? It was pretty much a non-contest really. Hazy, 27 for you. 12 points on the front 9.
Yes.
15 on the back.
It just took a while to get the rust out, Matty.
No birdies. Wipes on 4, 9, 10, 18.
Yeah, no, it wasn't pretty.
No?
It wasn't pretty.
Okay, well, anyway, it was another $50 to feed me ballerine from Jen for your services. So thank you, Jen. We'll go to the under 25s. For the Bullies, Jackie Rowe 24 and Bill Archer 23. Well, the Goblins, who scored over 25? Oh yeah, they did, didn't they? But the only one under 25 and her score didn't contribute was Doreen Ivers, 24 points. Well done, Doreen, for turning up. Bonus is that you did have a better score than Sue Gregory, so well done. But we can't really talk too much about the Goblins players, but let's focus on the ones who didn't turn up. Well, Dave Byrne, you can be accepted because you were the top scorer with a measly 28, but let's see. Shirley Bell, not sure where Shirley was. Her and Brian both didn't play, so maybe had a little time away together. Sean Boland, not sure. Can't sort of comment too much on that. Darren Wilson and Justin McGrath, bum buddy Justin. Golf trip to Yarrawonga together. Also Richie Howes and Soupy Collins were there as well, but rumour is Darren and Justin were rooming together.
3 rooms for the 4 of them.
And then we had Tyrrell Senior and Tyrrell Junior. Now, for the people that do know, Rick and Jen did go on a cruise to the Whitsundays, which left yesterday. But little did they know that young Tyrrell Jr. decided to surprise his mum and dad with his sister and partner there to surprise them on the cruise. So, yeah, it's interesting, Maxwell. I think you might have ruined your mum and dad's cruise by turning up because they were after the Ings, but you've obviously rained on that parade. And we do have a video here from the 3 of them on that cruise.
Well, g'day everyone from the Pacific Adventure. Just wanting to say to my Backpated Bullies, what a great win. Terrific stuff. Unfortunately, these 2 blokes are with me, and that's one of the reasons why we probably smashed them. But yeah, no, we're having a great time here. It's a bit of sex on the beach. And Rico, what are you up to?
The illusion of the Goblins becoming good a couple of weeks ago after knocking off the Crusaders has worn off really quickly. Clearly, when a couple of players go missing, so not sure what the rest of the team's excuses were, but these will taste nice, and the next 9 nights on this cruise will be quite enjoyable, I think. So good luck to the Goblins next week from me anyway. So Rico, you got anything to add?
Well, I'd like to welcome Brett Arnott to the recommender last week. I was worried because he didn't play on the weekend and where he's gone, but it's all right. He's on the cruise with us. Here's biscuits. Best of luck.
Yep. Cheers
Cheers,
everyone.
guys.
And yeah, no, it's we'll see you in a fortnight. Hopefully, everyone's jealous. But these guys, the family wasn't supposed to be with us. Rick and I were supposed to be doing the 5 ings, and we've done so far drinking, eating, and that'll probably be enough. I reckon it's bedtime. Cheers, everyone, and go the Bullies next week.
Geez, they look a bit tipsy, don't they?
Sex on the beach.
Yeah, I know. Biscuits. Rick's having his own little bit of humour there.
Some sharp work there from the Rico.
Yeah, Maxwell looks a little inebriated. He could get 3 words together. So, but I did get a text message from him at 11:30 saying he was venturing to the nightclub on board. So whether he's up at this time of the morning, who's to know? But yeah, so nice surprise, Max, from you there. But yes, you have rained on your mum and dad's parade.
Yeah,
but
good luck on the ing hunting.
Yes.
It's tougher now, that's all I can say.
Very difficult.
All right, Matty, well, let's have a look at the ladder. It's sort of evolved or devolved, whichever way you want to see it, into a 5-horse race.
It's very interesting, isn't it, Hazy?
Yeah, from 2 to 5 though is could go any way. There's a heap of ramifications, not unlike the footy ladder, to be honest. So, obviously the Bullies have worked their way back up into 2nd place, which is a good result. But you really wouldn't want to have too many shekels on any of those teams.
No, the Hookers, they've got a glimmer of hope.
Glimmer.
The Warriors need a miracle.
No, they're gone. I'm sticking a fork in them.
Oh, well, I had the Goblins are hooked. The one bloody win, so they're done.
I think they're mathematically done now.
Yeah.
So.
As you're right though, the Warriors can just influence what happens, and if things go their way, well, stranger things have happened.
True, not many, but true. Anyway, let's push on, Matty. A bit of a preview of round 11 coming up. There's a couple of meaningful games and a couple of not so meaningful games, and I think you're going to head us off with probably the least meaningful one you can imagine.
Yes, the Hookers are 6th and the Goblins 8th.
A must win for the Hookers, really, isn't it?
Not much to say, honestly, really. What do we say? Last time they met, the Hookers 194 defeated the Goblins 192. Richie Howes and Ange Royal, the Choco, they were the best for the Hookers, while Tyrrell and Dave Byrne were the best for the Goblins. Massive game for the Hookers to keep their season alive. 3 games out of the 4. They need to win the last 4 and need results to go their way. And the Hookers' last 4 games are tough. The Bullies, the Warriors, Tornadoes and Peakers.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they are very difficult run home. Goblins are only playing for pride, but then again, you don't want to be the worst performed team in the league ever in its history. Even a win for the Goblins will still see them sit on the bottom of the ladder.
Well, let's move on quickly. A much more highly anticipated game coming up, Matty, is the Tornadoes, who really need to turn things around, as they sort of did at the weekend, I suppose, and the Crusaders. Yeah,
well, the Tornadoes 5th, Crusaders 3rd. Results of this could see the Crusaders slide out of the 4 for the first time if they go down. Last time they met, the Crusaders smoked them 207 to 194. They were led by probably the 2 players in the worst form at the moment in Peter O'Neill and Snags Finnemore. The Milkman played well. He's not very happy at the moment, the Milkman, but maybe this week when he's playing Biscuits that he might lift for his team, and Jan Cogger. While the Tornadoes were led by Scotty Hopgood and Bernard Reid. Tornadoes are currently in better form than the Crusaders, but as they say, form is fleeting, class is permanent. Whether the Crusaders have got that class is still to be determined, but surely the Crusaders can't lose 5 in a row.
They looked unassailable, didn't they? Cruising along just bulletproof, and then all of a sudden it's just gone haywire.
Yeah, well, I just hope that they haven't given up. That's my only concern. I'd be really disappointed if their players have done that and they've picked up their bat and ball and given up. But as I say, a blind squirrel can always find an acorn. So just keep going there, Crusaders. I want to talk you up. I didn't think my mental warfare on your team would have made you disintegrate so quickly, but a Tornado win will put them in the top 4 at the right time of the season. Are they actually peaking at the right time, the Tornadoes?
They might well be. I mean, that was a big win on the weekend, so you never know.
And you will notice though, Hazy, too, with our Recometer recipient last week, Biscuits, didn't play Saturday. Him and Man Love with the Milkman are away together as well.
Jeez, look at these two in
The Goulburn River.
the Goulburn River.
Yeah.
And, you know, doing fishing and camping and singing along with country music songs, and they're really starting to threaten the McGrath-Wilson combination
It is,
as the biggest man love in the world.
And I'm concerned with Biscuits as well. That since I gave him the Recometer award, he didn't play on Saturday, and he's not playing this Saturday.
Oh,
So 2 weeks since he received that, he's not playing. So,
has he cut up a bit roughly?
well, no, I think he was happy with it, but he's just obviously got better things to do when your team needs your biscuits as well. So, but hopefully, hopefully your team will get you over the line.
If we wound back the clock, you had him as your Drayton Medal fancy earlier.
I did, and how wrong I was. I thought he was good, but he's no good.
All right, Matty, the third match we want to look at, arguably the game of the weekend. It's the Bullies, second on the ladder, and the Peakers, fourth.
Yes, both sides currently sitting on 24 points. Bullies have got a far superior percentage than them. Win for either team obviously keeps them in second place there and nearly assures them of a top 4 finish. Last time they met, it was the Peakers, 191 to 181. Murray Wiley and Marion Keskinen top scored, while for the Bullies it was Jen Edmondson, who won't be there, and Yanni Lathouris, who was a fill-in, so he won't be there either. So it's going to be an interesting game. Does it mean advantage to the Peakers? You filling in for Jen again? Or?
If my condition permits, I'm good to go.
Okay, so you need to lift for the Bullies. But the Bullies seem to have found their form after a lean patch through the middle part of the season. Peakers would have been disappointed dropping last week's game against the Tornadoes and will be keen to make amends. Peakers should see the return of Johnny Leading, Brian Bell, Soupy, and then they've had Chris Dodds and Digger James find some form, while Sean Rodwell should return for the Bullies after grandpa duties on the weekend. No Gen Ed, so it should be a good contest. We do have a couple of players here in this game, Mark, that have probably got a little bit of a Recometer nomination here.
Well,
And it's an important time to probably highlight this because
we haven't given out too many this year because we've been waiting, but I think you've got a couple of outstanding nominees.
well, I didn't want to steal much of your thunder because I know how much you love the Recometer.
Yeah.
And this is the game to probably do it because they're actually both in the same team.
Yeah.
And if the Peakers want to win this week, these two are going to need to perform for their team. And I've been through the players this year from all teams, and I've focused on the last 5 games that they've played. And these two players have not scored over 30 in their last 5 games. First one's going to be Lloyd Shepherd. Lloyd.
He's always smiling.
He's always happy, smiling, and he's been too focused on the under 25s. That's all he's been worried about. And Lloyd, it's been a detriment to your overall game. The last 5 games you've played, you've scored 28, 26, 29, 25 and 25. Yeah, you didn't get nominated for the under 25s, but you're still putrid of what you put in. You played 10 games for the year, all 10. 4 of your scores have counted. Granted, you have had 2 scores in the 30s. He's had a 36 and a 31. Well done, Lloyd, 36. Good job. You've averaged 28. So you are 1. The second one, it pains me to do this one.
Did it not pain you to do?
Nah, Lloyd, I know Lloyd can handle it, but I'm not sure about this person.
Yes.
Played 6 games for the season. 2 scores have counted. Did have a 33. But then your last 5 scores have been 27, 22, 21, 23 and 29.
Who
Now, I'm just showing you I'm not gender biased in any way. You were a member of the 2022 piss poor team, and I think you are well on the way to being in that team again, Marion Keskinen.
Oh, whack! The missile. 2 missiles.
Yes, Lloyd and Marion, for your beloved Peakers to win this week, I need you and I implore you to try and get into the mid-30s, and that will go a long way to destroying the Bullies.
Wow, I didn't see it going there. That's you've got Bambi and Bambi's sister.
I know, I think Marion's going to be off me. I think she's off me. But I'll just get your t-shirt size, Marion, that's fine, I've still got it.
Oh, wow. And now this is one of the great mismatches, I would say, the way things are shaping up. Well, who knows? The Warriors showed a bit this weekend, but they've got to tackle the Pirates. Someone's got to bring them down. It's
I've got a feeling.
Really?
I've got a feeling this week.
Really?
I think the stars are aligning. The ladder positions indicate, as you said, it should be a fait accompli. Pirates win. And you know what? I reckon the Pirates have got that arrogance about them that they are going in every week thinking we just turn up and we'll win. And as you see in AFL circles, if you have that attitude, you get your pants pulled down pretty quickly. But I think the Warriors can actually do something this week. Last time they met, it was a high-scoring game. Pirates won 211 to 201. The Pirates were well led by Sue Gregory. She's playing poorly. Jerry Raviani found a bit of form, but it can't continue. David Newman, he's away. Dale Pollock, he's away. He's sunning himself in Vietnam. Maybe doing the ings with the vet over there as well. While the Warriors, they were led by DeFazio. Look how good he's going. He's got the good Viagra now, so he's on target to return. And Grant Peacock on 38. He's been a bit poor lately too, so he needs to lift. But last time the Pirates played, the worst counting score they had was 34. And that's unheard of this year.
Yeah.
Now, surely you can't tip against the Pirates who've had 8 wins and a draw, and they haven't lost since round 1. So they are red hot. But the Warriors players are starting to find form. If Robbie Moorcroft, Josh Bowen, you can't produce 21 again, you're better than that. Pants Peacock, Blenner Hassett, Connolly, Liniger and O'Keefe, they're all due for a big game. Where will the Pirates lose this? They're not that good. I'm sick of them walking around like their shit don't stink.
Oh, the swagger.
Especially the chairman and his sidekick and lover, Mirrors. It's sickening. Come on, can one team bloody beat this team of imposters? As I said, Pollock's in Vietnam. Scuba should be back, but will he be ready to go, or will he be ordinary first up from a spell? McMurrich can't play when can't have a beer on the course. Dave Newman's away. Sue Gregory's coming back from an amputated foot. It's hard to play on one leg. Lynn Kirby's sore back. Paul, you need to keep wearing her out. And Jimmy Pike's away drinking Guinness in New South Wales. What's wrong with you?
No, nothing.
But I think this is the time that the Pirates are ripe to be picked away.
Really?
And I think the Warriors are going to do it.
Really? Oh my goodness. Just want to mention a quick birthday cheerio. We don't do this very often, Matty, but big birthday cheerio to the chairman.
The chairman?
Yeah. Scuba gets a round number under his belt this week.
Oh, okay. 80, is he?
We just dial it back one. He's
He looks 80.
Happy 70th birthday to Peter Scuba Hub.
The chairman.
Yeah.
Happy
Solo.
birthday, Peter.
Well done. Congrats, and may your Pirates, I don't know, Matty.
God, I hope they get beat. Jeez, that makes it even more enticing. Come on, Warriors!
Anything else you want to mention, Matty?
No, I think I've covered a lot today,
Yeah.
Hazy. It's good to have you back.
Yeah. Oh, we put a couple outside off stump, but you've really found form. You've smashed them away to the fence today.
Yes, well, you just lead them there and I'll put them away.
Who do you reckon is going to be after you the most? Is it going to be Milkman? Is it going to be Maid Marian? Is it going to be Sue Gregory and her hopping around trying to find you?
No, I think it's going to be Lynn Kirby. No, maybe it might be Paul.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Lynn. Yeah, I think you're right.
I love you, Lynn.
Big thanks to Callaway and Travis Matthew, and of course your golf pro, and that's obviously our main man here. But primarily up to Neville Richards. Luke Campbell's just an awesome supporter of this event, and we wouldn't be having it without him. I'm not sure if he's nervous about the legal aspects of being associated with our video, but he'll survive, I assume.
And thank you, Hazy. Thanks for coming back. Pleasure having our little banter on a Monday morning.
No, very good, and good luck to everyone this weekend. And good luck for all those chasing the Ings all around the world.
Yes, good luck. And with the Pollocks being away this week, the videos looked a little different. As Dale reckons he can't do it from Vietnam. I sort of beg to differ.
No
but,
internet in Vietnam.
Oh, apparently not. He can't sort of do what he needed to do. So we've done a bit of a mismatch here, and hopefully it's come out all right. But looking forward to this coming Saturday.
Very good. Thanks, Matty. Thanks, everyone, and we'll catch you next week on the Neville Richards Premier League show.
Cheers, guys.